hello everyone that is watching this live transmission tonight here on Reggae Místico Radio. Today we have the great pleasure of being hosting this interview with Sami T, one of the founders and leaders of the international sound system Mighty Crown. So welcome, Sami. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you. Wagwan people, Wagwan.
Thank you so much. So tonight with us is going to be Alan and DJ Go, and we will be heading some questions to you to get to know you a little bit better, because there is like a huge fan base of Mighty Crown here in Costa Rica, and your legacy has crossed all the borders and the oceans. So
Great to hear. Great to hear.
that's great. DJ Go, would you like to start with the first question?
Yes, yeah, I'm DJ Gon, and my first question is, where does the name Mighty Crown come from?
From the sounds cassette days, definitely from the sound system cassette days when we used to listen to cassette, right? And then there was a song named Turbo Crown from Spanish Town. And then when we were building our sound, we definitely wanted a strong name, but the word crown kind of struck first from this song called Turbo Crown from Spanish Town, right? And then, but we don't want the turbo. We love the crown, but we want something in front of the crown. So we was like, yo, what would be great? And then I was going through one of those LP album, and looking at the album, it says special thanks to the Almighty Father, this, that, and then the word Almighty struck me. And I was like, yo, Almighty, Almighty, Mighty, Mighty Crown might sound good. And then me and my
it sounds stronger.
when I presented it, everybody was like, yo, I ate that. That's it. So that's how we got our name.
That's great. That's cool. That's an incredible way to name a band and a sound system. So tell us also, well, actually nowadays we are also celebrating the Asian American Pacific Islanders like Awareness Month, and we think this interview fits great on this because some people might not know how is the culture in Japan, how strong it is the reggae culture right there.
Yeah.
So we would like you to tell us a little bit on how were your beginnings and how was the reception of people, and also how is the sound system culture and the reggae culture in Japan particularly, Sami?
When we started off, right, like when we were a kid, like teenagers, they used to have a big show called Japan Splash, and a lot of Jamaican artists used to come down. But then like around 94, 95, it kind of died down, right? And then we was one of the youths them who, brought back like the reggae scene, like, and then we used to start, keep parties, and then call our friends. It started off like very small, like 50 people, like in a bar, and like a live house where the live bands used to play. Then we eventually start build our own sound system, right? So we start bring all these sound system in this. Instead of live band, we start bringing our own sound system to the live house and keep our own, not concert, but sound system show. Like basically, start playing music, and then it grew up and eventually start catching on. A lot of people started to feeling the vibe, when we start playing like reggae. So it started off like 50, 100 people, and then it got massive again. Like, so it kind of was big, but then it boiled down. But when we came back up, then the whole movement start back again. And then, we eventually end up in stadium, like 100. Our thing is like, we started off small, like 150 people, but it eventually grew up and blew up and became like 30,000 people, 35,000 people. It became mega.
You see.
Definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
and that was like that in Japan. So what happened with you guys when you started to travel abroad? Like, how was for people from other countries? The performance that you presented was kind of different than what people were used to. So how was the reception in other countries? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, so me like not being Jamaican and playing, right?
Yeah, kind of like that, of course, and also like how international you guys got, because like I told you, you and your project and your music cross all the barriers from different sides of the world. So how
So
was it, and in which countries you say like it was a madness for Mighty Crown?
so we've traveled like um nearly 40 countries, right? And then like 200 cities we've been traveling. And then so you had to learn patois. I had to learn patois in order for me to be in the real world, I should say, right? So I kind of started off in Brooklyn. That's how I kind of started off. And then, well, people never expect a Japanese youth like me, right?
Yeah.
Talking patois. So that was a big,
Uh-huh.
people was like, wow, this kid is talking patois. So
Was it hard to learn it?
Uh-huh.
yeah, but I learned that in Brooklyn, in the streets of Brooklyn.
Okay.
I really like hanged out in the Jamaican community. I was like the only Japanese youth in the streets hanging
You
out with the
you
Jamaican.
learn to speak patois in United States,
Yeah, in
in
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn.
Jamaican
Okay, okay,
community
okay,
in Brooklyn. Yeah.
okay.
So that's how I kind of, learned, patois. Like back in the days, they used to have a restaurant named Reverend Badu Restaurant in Church Avenue,
Mhm.
in Brooklyn. Yeah, so that was my spot. I used to always go eat Jamaican food there, just hang out
Uh-huh.
there, listening to their conversation.
Okay, okay, okay.
So that's how I kind of pick up.
Mm.
But then, yeah, so the reception was great, after I learned patois, and then I learned the songs, them, which song is the
Mm.
powerful songs. And so that's one of the things that kind of got us into the international arena, I should say. Yeah, so learning patois, learning the tunes, them, in
Mhm.
the streets, and then start going to dances, them,
The
learn,
culture.
hearing
Yeah.
which song is big, which song is,
Mhm.
yeah. And even before that was sound system cassette tape.
Okay.
So that's how I kind of learned, which song is, which songs I like, which
Mhm.
songs that match. And then eventually, I started playing in New York, and then and Irish and Chin, we said, yo, all right, why don't we put Mighty Crown in the
Mm.
international arena sound clash? And by that
Okay.
time we started to voice a lot of dub plate, and then it was our first time competing against the giants, like
Mhm.
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro.
Besa Disease was supposed to be there, but they couldn't make it that night. And then Tony Mataran, when he went to
Uh-huh.
solo, and then so Mighty Crown come on, and but when we entered the stage, people was like, yo, Japanese boy, you can chant patois, you have tune, you go dead tonight, like, when we are
How
going,
you feel? How you feel?
I was like, yo,
Angry.
watch. I was like,
Oh, wow,
watch
wow.
till I touch the stage.
Okay.
Watch till I play the songs, like,
Uh,
I was humble and patient before I go on the stage.
yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
on the stage, I just explode. So
Okay.
after Irish and Chin 99 World Clash, since then we started traveling all over. People realized, yo, Japanese win the clash. It was
Mm,
a history in the making. And
mm.
then since then we kind of open up the gates to like the European sounds, them other Caribbean sounds. People was like, what, non-Jamaican can't win this too? I went to like Trinidad, Guyana, all the Caribbean islands, right? And
Okay,
then
okay.
what I'm proud of is when I visit to these islands first time, like back in 99, 2000, they were like, yo, Mighty Crown, you gave us hope. Like, you opened the gate for
That's true.
non-Jamaican people.
That's
And
true.
like, oh, okay, so non-Jamaican people can play reggae and win, like, you know, because back in the days, people thought it's only like a Jamaican thing. But then
Yes, you're right.
when we came into the game, you know, it kind of spread out more internationally, I should say.
Sami,
Yeah.
how was the initial reception of international audience when you first started to travel? And how did it evolve with the time and up till point you have reached now as a consolidated musical project with worldwide reach?
What's the question? So it's the reception, you mean, like
In the international scene?
Yeah, it was great. Like, you know, people wanted to see us, you know, because we were like, you know, kind of element of surprise, you know, and then people was excited, like, you know, basically like most of the Caribbean community, you know, community all over the world, like Canada, England, people like accepted us. It was like, you know, let's see the Japanese, like what them can do. And you know, we chat patois, and you know, we sing the songs them, and people's like, whoa,
know the songs too.
Yeah, the tunes have a lot too, you know.
And which have been your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration,
in the sound system.
In sound system would be, it's very difficult. I can't name one, but a lot of sound system cassette has inspired me, like from like there's a one of the sound systems that inspired me was Super Saint. They used to have a song named Super Saint, right? In Jamaica. Definitely Stone Love, Kilimanjaro, Bodyguard, Stereo Mars, you know, the list goes on, you know, from around 80s, you know, and you know, King Jammins,
Rodigan,
David Rodigan, most definitely. Most definitely David Rodigan. Who else? No, there's so much on the list, like, but most, you see, one thing about Mighty Crown, right? Listening to all these giants, all these sound system cassette, and that kind of built Mighty Crown. Pick every great part of these songs and then gather it together, and that became Mighty Crown.
Sami, and regarding to the different artists and collaborations that you have done, could you mention to us some of the most memorable for you, like some of your favorite collaborations with other artists that you have done?
That's a very, very interesting question. There's so much moments, you know, in Japan and in Jamaica. Like the first dubplate I advised was Nicodemus, which is like, yeah, you know, Nicodemus is like Wild Apache crew, like Super Cat and the whole crew. You know, and it's Super Cat right hand man, Nicodemus. So that's the first dubplate Mighty Crown ever advised. Yeah, Buju Banton, you know, one of the exciting dubplate will be Buju Banton and Shaba, you know, in a combination.
It's expensive dubplates.
Yeah, like Jimmy Cliff. Yeah, and who else now? Like Barrington Levy, Beanie Man, Bone Tequila, Baby Sham. The list is long. It's long. It's long. Super Cat. Wow, so many. I can't mention just one. Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, we can imagine. It's been 30 years of legacy, right? So in 30 years, there has been a lot of things going on, definitely. So, Dijigon, would you like to go on with the next question, with number 5?
Yeah, sure. Which have they been the most memorable year and the craziness experience before notice the word?
There's a couple of moments. The first one is definitely 99 World Clash that Irish and Chin presented, right? That was the first game changer of Mighty Crown. Since then, we start traveling internationally. And then another there's so much moments still. I ain't gonna lie, but like playing in Jamaica was also another you know, excitement for me, you know, because reggae and dancehall come from Jamaica. So like Fully Loaded, you know, bringing on Ninja Man on stage. A lot of people have seen that on YouTube clip, maybe when Mia wear the ninja suit and come on the stage. Wycliffe is on the stage. Rick Ross is there on the stage. You know, it's a big good look. And like one of the big dances in Jamaica called Dream Weekend, like 10,000 people out there, and then, you know, so much people never see
Mad,
Mighty.
mad.
So, you know, those kind of events. Definitely UK Cup Clash in England. Yeah. O2 Academy Arena. That's another one that is very impressive for me.
Yeah, so I mean, now that we're talking a little bit about your history and all the things and the shows that you have done, we also would like to talk about some sad news for all of us, I think, and it's like the recent notice that you guys are getting into a pause from performing. So would you like to talk with us a little bit about that, like why the decision came and which are the new projects that you are thinking on and how Mighty Crown is going to stay alive even though you decide not to play? I hope that just for a while, but we'll see. And also the
Yeah.
final tour and all
Yeah,
of
we'll
this, right?
see. We'll see. But you know, we're always kind of thinking about the scene, you know, the reggae and dancehall scene, you know. So in Japan, I don't really want to say this, but Mighty Crown is big. You know what I mean? And then you see, because of Mighty Crown's presence, right? A lot of young youth is kind of hard for come out into the international scene, you know. So also because of the language barrier, right?
Okay.
So we kind of want to step back and then bring more of the young generation in the forefront. That's one of our things, right? And then so that's one of the reasons why we kind of, you know, taking a pause. You know, we want to uplift the whole scene a little bit. So more, we were always like the front man, you know, but now we want to step back and be like, you know, bring other, get more
Like
people
support.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, push up the whole scene. And then also, so before we taking a pause, right? Before we're retirement, right? We doing the last big show in Japan called Far East Reggae Cruise.
Yeah.
So now this is like the biggest challenge ever in Japan because there hasn't been no music cruise in Japan in history. So this is like the first, as a matter of fact, there's no Asian music cruise ever done before in Asia. So we're doing this big project. Far East Reggae Cruise is a big, massive ship that can hold like 5,000 people. It's first time ever. The ship is so big. It's the first time coming into Japan. It came in since last month. So it's first time here. And then it's the first ever music cruise. So this is going to be a big challenge. It's a new way of showing music entertainment in Japan and to the world as well, because the ship is really massive, you know, and this is a big challenge, right? Because it's not easy to rent a ship that big, you know. So we're bringing like, and we're bringing like Beanie Man, Freddie McGregor, Chino, T.O.K., Wayne Wanda, Barrington Levy, Beanie Man, and you know some of the acts like DJ Puffy, Rory from Stone Love, Massive B from Hot 97, you know. And then a lot of
Everyone is going to be there.
definitely Mighty Crown will be playing almost every night, and you know, because it's our last one, you know. And then we're also bringing a lot of Japanese sound system, you know, artists as well. So many excitement, and we working hard right now towards our last final chapter, I should say.
Wow.
Mm,
So when is
okay,
it
okay.
going to sail? The ship
It's gonna
from
sail. It's gonna sail from July 15th to the 20th. 5 nights, 6 days. It's gonna be massive.
Yes.
You guys need to come. You
Oh,
guys definitely need
for
to.
sure.
You
That
guys
would be
never been.
so cool.
You guys never come to Japan, right? This is
Never.
the last time to see Mighty
Sami,
Crown in Japan.
Sami, tell us about your experience to playing Amasura.
Amazura.
Yeah, man.
Amazura is a great venue in Queens, New York.
Uh-huh.
There's so much drama in that building for me, you know. There was a time, we thought we win, but we lost. There's a time we get thief, our trophy a lot of time. And there are times, some great victorious moments. And you see, Amazura is big, I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
huge venue in New York, right? And then it's it has been one of the meccas of reggae dance arena since 2000. And wow, so much memories there, man. I still, sometime watching like the old videos and stuff reminds me a lot. Like I was like, yo, did I say that? And get forward and yeah.
And
It's a great,
the experience in the Jamrock cruise.
oh, Jamrock Cruise is most definitely, is when we presented the idea Song Clash in
Okay.
Jamrock Cruise,
Okay.
it wasn't there for the first year. It started off when we said it on the mic and said, yo, people, you guys want to see Song Clash next year? Because I wanted to be on the cruise.
Yeah.
Cruise was so exciting, right? It was my first time being on the Jamrock Cruise. The first year I was so excited, I wanted to be back on the ship. So I was like, yo, what would be a great idea for Jamrock Cruise to put back on Mighty Crown? And I mentioned Song Clash, and they said, yes, Song Clash is good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So since then, we've been clashing on the Jamrock Cruise. It's a great experience. It has become one of the biggest event in the cruise, and is what should I say? Yeah, it's massive now. A lot of sound system, a lot of sound wants to be on the Jamrock Cruise clashing. That has become like one of the place where it's like a stamp for a soul man. Say, yeah, I've been on the Jamrock Cruise and been there, done that. You know what I mean? It's Mighty Crown, never been defeated, three-peat champion. Yeah, so we also doing our
your own cruise now, right?
we're doing our last Song Clash in our own cruise.
That's so cool.
Team Japan versus Team World. So so we bring in Irish Unchained once again, to do the whole package. So they have like the former champions like King Turbo from Canada, Tony Mataran, and the Great African Dynamic. And then we also have like Japanese son other than Mighty Crown, like who's been to World Clash, like Fujiyama son, Ogaja Works, and then Mighty Crown would be Team Japan. So we'll see how it go. I'm gonna kill them for the last time,
We can't wait to
murder them.
And Sami, well, now that we're speaking about cup clashes, also here in Costa Rica right now, there is a competition called Warzone, and actually some of our DJs in here are participating, and they are now on the final round. So we're just waiting for them to win. But of course, like they would like to know a little bit about which are like the most special dub plates that you have gotten, and of course, like which are some good advice for them to become multiple champions as you guys. So this question is on behalf of my friends, and I would like to know what can you tell us about that?
This is a very difficult question in a way, because like you have to voice you have to play what the people want, and you have to read the crowd. If the crowd is young, you definitely have to play like the new songs them,
Mm.
the latest songs where people been listening to, but like those songs don't last long for me. It only lasts
Mm.
like maybe like a month or two, right?
Mm.
So if you want you need like the foundation, you need like the
Mm.
you
Mm.
see, as a song you have to be strong, you have to have belly, you know, like
Yeah.
you have to have these like Beres, Hammond, and Barrington.
Dennis Brown, Barrington, Levy.
Yeah, you know, like these songs you need, you know. But
Mm.
I know, and also like it depends on the role. You don't really have to vice dubplate in a way, you know, because now you have AI and people be vicing dubplate on AI, and you don't even know which, if the art, you know, if the dubplate
Yeah,
is
if it's
real or
real or
not.
not.
Yeah, so you know, it has come to a time like, as a selector, you have to know a lot of songs. That's
Mm.
one of the keys. You have to know songs. Now you have AI and people be vicing dubplate on AI, and you don't even know which, if the art, you know.
Sorry, we're getting like a feedback from,
Okay.
there you go, continue going.
Yeah, so you definitely have to know a lot of songs. Like you have to know. That's one of the keys. You have to know. Now you have AI.
1 second, DJ Go, I'm going to mute you because we're getting feedback from your microphone. There you
Okay.
go. Thank you. Go on, Sami. Sorry, thanks. Oh, you muted yourself. Oh, I think I muted. I'm sorry. Go on. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you definitely have to know a lot of songs, you know. And you have to also know how to present these songs well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because songs have meaning, and you have to know how to connect with your speeches, them to, you know, go on to the but it doesn't have to be dub play. And it depends on the rules for the song.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
you know, back in my days, it was dub plate. You know, you needed dub plate to, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
represent your sound, you know, and then, you know, be outstanding, you know, to bring the surprise on the table was definitely dub plate. But
The custom splice.
yeah, custom
Yeah.
dub plate and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like for me, right? No biasness, real selector talent comes
Uh,
how to play real 45. If
yeah, man.
you know, if the rules is like you don't have to play dub plate, if you know how to present the 45,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because 45 is equal. It you know, every song,
Mm.
every DJ, you know, have a 45. You can
Yeah,
play
man.
any song, right? So
Yeah.
all depends on how you can present the song. It comes down to skills, you know.
All right.
definitely. And we think that that's what has made a big difference between you guys and probably other sound systems that we have seen. And it is the way in which you connect with your audience and with the people, and you interact and you let them feel part of your show as well. Not only listeners, but they are part of it. So I think that that's what also has made you become multiple time champions as well.
Yeah, thank you. Costa Rica, I gotta come down there, man. I gotta.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. We will
Really,
wait for
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I just wanna chill out and go down there and
And the reggae music
enjoy.
in here
And
is
I
really
wanna
good.
see this music scene down there as well.
Yeah. You're going to
Yeah.
love it. If you like, do
So
you like to go to the beach?
yeah, definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
So
Yeah.
that's
Costa Rica, I'm gonna come visit you. So you guys should come visit Mighty Crown for the last time on the Far East Reggae Cruise as well. All
yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, man.
July 15th to the 20th. People, if you can come, please come. This is gonna be excitement. You know, it's history in the making in Japan. And I hope at least one or two people from Costa Rica get involved, and you know, so you can have a story, you know, to carry back to your country. I say,
Wow.
yo, I've been to Japan. I went to the Mighty Crown Cruise and this and that, and you know, one but
Ahí
like
está. Mary,
so
ahí
you
está.
guys can get the information fareastreggaecruise.com,
There you go. We're getting
right?
right there to take a look at that. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's not that complicated. We'll see. I have
It's not.
actually some of my
If you click like the there's a Japanese flag symbol on the right top, but if you click there, there's gonna be an English version so you can understand, you know, in
Mary,
yeah.
ahí,
So Alan, would you go with the question number
and
10?
No, antes de eso, ¿verdad? Para que le digas que, digamos, aquí Jay Juan, ¿verdad? Bueno, primero le mando un gran saludo y que también está haciendo la invitación. Ojalá pudiera venir a la final del Warzone para que vea
Wow.
cómo se vive desde acá. Si quieres le dices a él,
Okay, okay. So what we're saying is that
el
one of
organizador.
our Costa Rican DJs, DJ Juan, he's saying a big shout out to you. He's also watching this, and he says that hopefully you can come also to take a look at the final of our Warzone. So that would be great for you to come to. So we just have to exchange the dates, you know?
Yeah,
For this.
exactly.
Okay, there you go. So guys, would you like to start with our last question? Sami, we will be wrapping up this great interview. And
Okay.
then we just have like one last thing we would like to know.
Which are some good advice for the youths starting in the music industry?
Oh, my advice would be, as I said, you have to know a lot of songs. You know, you gotta, as a selector, as a song, you have to go deep. You know,
Ujú,
you have to learn the music. You have to study the music. You know,
ujú.
so that's one of the keys. If you don't know like the music, it doesn't make sense.
Mm.
You know, as a song. You know,
Anytime ready for the war.
and then one more thing, right? You have to love it, man.
Mm,
It's all about the passion, because it was reggae and dancehall was just so inspiring for me as a kid. You know, I didn't know the language, nothing, but I just loved the beat and the vibe and the language. That's why I wanted to learn patois and then learn what they were really saying. And when I really, you know, found out, it was a great experience. Since then, I can't come back. Now look at me, man. Me, you know, travel.
I have a personal question, Sammy.
Yeah.
What you think or what you feel about the clash with David Rodigan?
Yeah, clashing with David Radigan was a great experience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's one of the elders, you know, who paved the way. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, gotta say enough respect to Radigan. It's been a great experience, you know. Him beat me a couple times and I win as well. So it's always been a great competition with David Radigan. You know, he's a man who knows a lot of music. So, you know,
Yeah.
he has a very serious dub plate, you know, it's very dangerous. So you have to know how to, you know, kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, deal with David Radigan. But, you know, I mean, you know, I just got so much respect and love for David
Mm-hmm.
Radigan, man. You know, the man, you know, just paved the way. So,
All right. All right.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Sammy, I have a pleasure really to know you and to come to Costa Rica.
yeah,
Eh,
definitely. I'm going to link you guys when I come
yeah,
down.
yeah. That's right. Okay, I have a question aquí in the people saying, which is the most important and the most appreciated dub play for him? For
For,
you, for
for
you,
me,
for you.
no, I can't mention one, man. It's
And the most expensive, you remember that?
I can mention the most. I don't remember the expensive one, but I can mention the
The most
most
difficult.
cheap one.
Okay.
Most cheapest one was
Mm-hmm.
50 cent.
No.
No
I
way.
didn't even pay. I didn't even pay 50 cent.
Yeah, I listen that dub in YouTube, and the people
I
get
don't even.
mad.
I don't pay. I don't pay even 50 cent.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I got that dub plate with respect. Like, yo,
Mm.
There you go.
yo, good you, yeah, you take care of my brethren, you know. So I give you the dub plate. So that's how it worked out. Yeah, so much dub plate, man. I don't know which one would be the most expensive one, but yeah, most of
And
them is expensive. Mighty Crown
Yeah.
dub, heavy, you know.
Anytime.
All right, yo, I have to go on the street now. So
there you go.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
thank you so much for
yeah, thank you
Yeah,
taking
for
the
the
for the
time.
time.
Would you like to send like a greeting to the people watching this? We're called
yo, Costa Rica.
Reggae Místico Radio.
I definitely gotta come visit Costa
Yeah.
Rica, man. you know. And I hope when I come down there, I'll be like Instagram live and people, yo, I'm in Costa Rica. Somebody to translate this and that, and you know, because I don't know the language where you guys speak down there, you know.
To
So
Spanish.
and then I just
Spanish.
want somebody to, you know, take care of me, you know,
Well, the three of us, we can do it.
guide
Definitely.
me to, you know, some of the places that, you know, is great in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is a little Jamaica.
Oh, nice,
Too
nice.
much reggae.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Yeah. One of the promoters should book Mighty Crown before we
Yeah,
you
man.
know.
That would be great. So, Sami, thanks so much. It was great talking to you. We
Thank
feel
you.
really honored
Thank you, Sami.
that you
Big
have
up,
accepted
yeah.
this. So, see you
Yeah.
around. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. Bye.
Bye.
Ahí estamos.
Bueno, muchas gracias por haberse conectado a esta transmisión de Reggae Místico Radio. Buenísimo haber conversado con Sami T. Y bueno, sabemos que tal vez la traducción para algunos puede ser un poco complicada, pero no se preocupen, vamos a tratar de subirle subtítulos a la entrevista y demás. Así que sigan muy pendientes de nuestras siguientes entrevistas. Estamos activos otra vez. Recuerden que pueden descargar nuestra app a través de la Play Store. Y bueno, también invitarlos mañana a nuestro chivo Mary B. Dub Island en Casa Félix a partir de las 10 de la noche junto a Calalú. Así que ya saben, nos vemos cargaditos de reggae durante toda esta semana. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, gente.